It is awkward.
All right, here we go. Once again, welcome back to another episode of the High School Just Shop Talk. We're here with the work buddies. Nervous as fuck. Everybody already knows Pedro. We got Jesus on the orange mic. We got Rob on the red, sharing with Pedro, and then we'll have Roger come in. Obviously, we've been trying to do this for a minute. We tried to do it at Pedro's house. This dude was getting Chinese food. Rob didn't show up. Rob had other stuff, so we finally got a week where the boss isn't here Friday. How about we let's open it up with the Jesus story today.
Yeah.
All right, let's open it up with the Jesus story today, and it happened today. Jesus, when we were in the shop, Jesus was asking like, what stories are you gonna say? What are we gonna talk about? And I'm just being dumb, like, stuff. And then I go, we had an incident today. Jesus has been training the new guy, and the new guy had to do some tie rod ends, and we're back with Roger. So the new guy had to do some tie rod ends, right? So he gets them done, this, that, or the other. The customer that we had, nobody could understand what he was saying. When he was trying to explain something to Jesus was like, yeah, we got you. But it turns out it was a very important piece of information, because when it was done, the truck was out, he paid. I see the guy come in, I'm like, oh, what's up, dude? What's going on, buddy? And he's all something about the old tie rods, the old part. I want a picture. And I'm like, oh, well, we already threw them, so we can't, I don't know what to tell you. And Jesus comes, he's like, what happened? He's like, oh, he wants a picture of the old. And he's like, buddy, we already threw them out. They're already in the back. Like, and we did technically throw them out. So it's like, what are we going to do? Like, we can't, like, go digging for them. And then he's like, oh. I go to the office and I tell Jesus, like, hey, just go to the bin and grab 2 different sized ones and go take them inside. He's like, you don't think I'm down? Go grab 2 different tie rod ends, just random. I go, yeah, rub like some oil so it could look like you were in the trash can digging for them. And what did you pop out with? This dude
Dude, I grab water, boom, splash it all over my face. Go in the office, like, fuck, dude, that shit was hard digging them out.
And the guy's all, oh, thank you. And even then he's like, it's not broken. And his sister's like, no, it had play, like they're bad and all this. And he's like, it's not broken. And I walk by him, oh, you want to go get your water, dude? I know it's hot out there. You go, yeah, dude, please. He's all throwing water on his face, dude. But it was funny because he says, oh, you don't think I'm down? And I just see him come back with the 2 tie rod ends and like he's just throwing water in his face. But I mean, we just had a bunch of weird customers lately, and that's kind of why we wanted to do it around this time, because Roger's been wearing the how should we say it, the hat of.
Yes, I was voluntold to run the shop when my boss isn't here, so you already know how that goes. But for some reason, every time he goes, shit hits the fan for me. Sorry,
like badly,
very bad for me.
Like diarrhea, and it's the fan.
Yeah, McDonald's diarrhea. Don't eat McDonald's.
Talk about diarrhea in this heat. God. And I mean, the big one was the box truck. Dude, fucking.
The box truck.
Yeah.
The one that didn't turn on?
The one that didn't turn on.
Yeah, that's just, that's negligence to me. I mean, it's so funny that, how is it that you guys see it all the time? Hey, let me work on your rear suspension. Next thing you know, the AC goes out. Like, what are we going to do about that? We see that all the time, and it's so frustrating. And
I don't want to point fingers, but somebody was working on it. Two guys.
2 of us.
Rob is clarifying. 2 of us.
2 of us. There was a spotter. But even that.
Hey, but we put it in a good spot.
So it got to the point where we were breaking down. Where did we put the jacks?
That's where it led to me, because I'm like, okay, how is it that this dude did drive in here and nothing happened, but then all of a sudden, when I went down there to see, I was like, where'd you guys put the jacks at, right? And then sure enough, I'm like, oh wait, this might be a little too close. So that's when we figured that magic trick, and I said, try it. It worked.
And I think I was on the phone, and I came back, and the truck was on. Jesus was in there.
He's like, we got it.
Don't turn it off. Yeah, because the dude was yelling like crazy, too. He just wasn't understanding.
But he was like that since the beginning, since he got here.
Yeah. With Gene, huh? Yeah, see. And
even with the girls inside.
No, see, the problem is that's how I try to read people, and it's not, in a bad, it sounds bad, but like when you read customers like that, I automatically just pull the plug and be like, you know what, dude? I'm way too busy now that I think
Yeah, I
about
can't
it.
even do it.
I can't do it. When I see people act like that, no, I just walk away from it. It's not worth it. It's absolutely not worth it.
Yeah, because even like Jesus was saying, when he checked in, they were asking him like what truck number, and I don't know. It was like company, and it was like, oh, what the fuck, dude? You don't got any information?
Yeah.
And then same thing, and then on that exact same day, hey, I try to be nice, man. I don't want, dude.
What do you mean you were being nice?
Since Firestone, like when people walk into the shop, I hate it. It annoys me. It annoys the fuck out of me. But I give them the nice, like, hey, I don't want you in here because we don't want you to get hurt. Which is technically why we don't want them in here. Like they're walking around in Crocs and sandals. Like anything can fall on them, any little thing. And I told this guy again, Robert was working on the truck, and the guy.
And just Robert.
And just Robert. Just Robert. Petrol didn't have
nothing to do with that truck.
I was just changing the parts. But no, the guy comes in, and again, it was in the back of the shop. So the guy walked all the way in, and we were already dealing with this guy. So I was already heated, and I'm like, that's it. I'm not taking this from nobody. So, I walked in. I was like, hey, bro, like, you can't be in here. You're going to get hurt. And he was like, oh, I just want to see the part that you guys are changing. And I was like, okay. Well, he's throwing shit around like, I don't want you to get hurt. And he was just, hey, bro, you ain't got to talk to me like that. And I was like, what the fuck is going on today? So I was like, oh, my bad. We all talk like that here, but you just can't be in here.
You just can't be.
And he just like, well, what's your name? And I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, oh, it's Alejandro. It's all my name. Like, all right, cool. And then he left. And even then, when after Robert was like, here, show him the center bolt. And it was just a little piece. And I showed, and he left. Cool. All right, cool. Thanks, bro. Yeah. This was it. I was like, yeah, it breaks. And then the other side was probably and he was, all right, cool. And then we found out that his starter was hanging off for dear life. We were panicking with that too.
Like I said, I'm sorry. I'm surprised that Robert, got it to turn on.
Yeah,
right?
I didn't even pull it in.
Yeah. So you see, he didn't pull it in.
And not even pull it out. So
yeah. So it just luck of the draw. And then
then Alex here is like, hey man, we're doing the alignment, whatever, and then he's like, hey, Efren's in the truck and it doesn't want to turn on. And I'm like, what do you mean? We drove it in and drove out. What happened? And then that's when you guys started cranking it. I'm like, no, something's slipping, dude. So I go down there, I was like, oh, Ben Money has a bad flywheel. That's why he asked for the pry bar. You guys started turning it.
Big brain move over here.
What?
big brain.
Big brain. Yeah, and then sure enough, I start hearing it, and I go down there, and the starter's like one bolt away from falling off. And I'm like, yeah. And so, yeah, we got the vice grips, held it together, and fired it up. But he still had the audacity.
To say it was
our fault.
Listen,
that we did.
I don't want to say fuck women or whatever, but his wife was the one talking in his ear. That's what Madi said. She was like, oh, yeah, that he was like, oh, cool. And then that she told him like, oh, did they touch it or something? And he was like, no, like we got it done in another mechanic. And it was just like, oh, what the fuck? And then we all left and Roger, you got a call back, right?
Yeah, he paid everything. So he took off and like 30 minutes, probably 10, 15 minutes later, he calls. Was like, hey, I want to talk to the manager. And I was like, well, he's not here, but I can try to help what's going on, right? And he's all, well, you know what? I'm not appreciating my service. Like, this truck is still pulling right, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, you still have bad tires according to your report right here.
Yeah.
So alignments don't benefit old tires, okay? And he was just like, well, and then my starter, I don't know why the starter went out. And I was like, yeah, but you clearly told us that you had somebody else work on it, and now you're in this problem. And he's all, well, it was fine when I got there. And I was like, it happens all the time. I was like, you should have just seen earlier. I had a guy here losing it because I did his bushings and his transmission won't shift. And he looked and he was all paused and quiet. I was like, I'm sorry that this is happening to you, But,
yeah.
Oh, he was just, it doesn't make sense why they do that.
No. I mean, everybody said it. It's like it just so happened to take a shit in our shop.
Yeah.
Because like we don't touch any of that.
No, we don't.
Unless it's our own and
Yeah,
they give you a
know,
project. Yeah. But even then, it's like, well, we just jacked it up. And it just so, like, it's done. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. What do you want us to do? And it does happen everywhere, though. It happens, quite often. It's just, I don't know. I think people spend so much money, and if one little thing happens not to be in their way, they're like, well, I need that money back, so help me out. And it's like, well, fuck. But even then, we mess shit up too. Well, not us. Well, we do, but I'm speaking of other departments. That RV that just went out was another fire that you had to put out.
That was another fire. Yeah. So service tech obviously went out and go change all these tires. Decides to hit all the lug nuts with like 1,000 foot-pounds or something.
Send it.
And then the story was the owner told me, he was like, well, yeah, so Robert, do you remember those brackets that were on those for the stupid hub covers?
Oh.
Okay. So mind you, homeboy out there misplaced them 3 times. Like he put them in the wrong spot 3 times. So he took.
So he was taking them off and on?
He took them on and off several times. That's according to this, the owner was telling me. And I'm like, oh, well, that's what did it, because of how many times he took it off and on. He just, and mind you, no torque wrench.
Yeah.
So he was just full sending them all the time. So that's why he damaged over 5 studs. And the guy was not happy. And he was just like, no, I want all 20 studs in the back changed. And we had to pay overnight freight, cost over $700 in overnight
Just
freight.
shipping?
Just shipping.
Oh,
Dude, this was a $2,500 fucking ticket.
Damn.
That's not even including my labor, our labor. Sorry. So they're sorry. The dudes across the stream are going to be really pissed off. Someone might get fired. We don't know.
Well, we'll find out in the next episode when Roger finds out and inevitably tells us. They're gonna send an email. Hey guys, we're sending out sensitive information. We don't know how it's getting leaked. How does everybody know? Oh, I don't know. We're just here chilling. But we want to hear more from Pedro. Because the last time the audience was like, that guy didn't talk too much. Pedro, you had a lot to say. You wanted to say last time, and you just didn't. How are things going with the new guy, Pedro? Because you seem to like him a lot. Talk to the people, Pedro. Let them know. Let them know. Just, what do you think of him? What do you think of the kid? You think
He's even getting along with John more too.
That's true. They were bonding over some stuff. Pedro, people just, they just want to know how the OnlyFans is going. Is the Camaro going to be up and running anytime soon? And now we want to know how the kid's doing. Because I don't know, you just, you've been hanging out with him, talking to him a lot. Okay, I don't want to say, if you don't want to talk about how he is as a person, but do you think he's going to be here for a while?
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, I'm just being nice to him because, his supervisor over here is being a jackass to him. So, like, I try to, like, cut him a break.
Oh, okay.
So, like, I'm trying to be nice to him, be like, see.
Like the buffer between them.
Yeah,
right?
Kind of need him.
We all started somewhere.
we kind of need him at this moment.
We need him at this point.
I just remember something else. Okay, good, you're good. Right now, because you're talking for it. No, Pedro, keep going. Finish the thought. No, okay, well, right now that Roger was there too. Right now that Pedro brought up Jesus, there's a wheel seal today that I called, and I look at it, and I'm like, damn, the brakes are new, this and that, and then it looked a little flaky, so I call Roger. And I'm like, hey, Roger, what do you think of this? And he's like, well, no, there's not too many chunks on it. He's like, but it looks like they just did it. I'm like, yeah. And we look, there's silicone instead of a gasket, right?
Oh, no, it was the hubcap.
Yeah, the hubcap.
Okay.
There's silicone on it, right? This guy goes, oh, man, maybe David did it. Oh, no. Just look at Roger. We're all, hey, man, too soon.
Way too soon.
Way too soon.
It's been a month, man. It's been a month.
God, yeah, his tools are still here, though, man.
What is up?
And apparently he got a job or something, right? So I don't know if he needs them.
He's probably a parts guy now. He's like, I don't need this.
Well, supposedly what I heard, he's working like at a Jiffy Lube, just tire rotation and oil change.
Papitas.
Yep. Anybody could do it, right, Pedro?
Sure.
But anyways, back to the new kid.
Not everybody.
Not everybody.
Yeah,
Strictly John.
Speaking of your best friend, John, how are the transmission flushes going for him, Pedro?
Oh, Andy was real mad about that.
Oh, let's talk about that. That was another topic. What happened? But that too, the truck just so happened to blow a code, or was
No.
it
So
something?
of course it's something as dumb as everything right now, the emissions on these trucks. But it's funny how these old farts automatically assume someone touched it, someone broke it, right? So
His fault.
that week, apparently, the rack was slow, and then John was free, and Andy needed a service on his truck.
Yeah.
So Gene pulled him, and mind you, John came up to me every 5 minutes, telling me what do I drain, what how many filters, blah blah.
Yeah.
And I told him, okay, obviously there's a drain plug on the engine, and there's like
Goes.
4 filters on the driver's side. You won't
Yeah.
miss them. And I was like, and he was like,
Missed
okay.
them.
Yeah, so he's like, oh, okay. Yep, I see him. I was like, okay, cool. And I walked away. I was like, okay, I hope he can figure it out.
Yeah.
Comes back 5 minutes later. Hey, so I'm draining the oil. He's like, do you have the socket for the for the filters? Because there's a really
Yeah,
big
those big
inch and
ones.
a 7/16, I think. But I was like, yeah, you don't have it? He's like, no. I was like, okay, well, let me give it to you. So he goes, does it. So he does the whole service, right? Asking me a million questions. And then, sorry, blanked out. So Andy comes back to me the next like 2 days or whatever, right?
Yeah.
He said, hey, man. No, actually, he didn't drive it till that day happened.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, dude,
He
so
had
that
nothing
truck-
to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
No. So yeah, the truck's been sitting there since John did the service.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was its first hard run. So it took off to the Grapevines. I don't know where the hell he was going. And the codes flared up and it derated the truck. So Andy automatically assumed, oh no, he didn't put enough oil. Or, oh no,
He did something.
he did something. Oh, he didn't top off my coolant. Because I told him, I was like, if you drain it, whatever you drain, you fill again.
Mhm.
You know? And so no, Andy came back. I checked codes and it was something with the emissions. He was so adamant that it was him. He was so mad. He was like, he touched it. And then he looked up. He's like, Roger, don't ever let him work on my truck again.
To be fair, he's kind of an idiot too, because when he did the fuel filter, Andy was just cranking it before they even primed it. I think someone yelled.
Yeah, it was me. He said, stop. I was
He
like,
was just there, and it wasn't going on. He's like, nah, if I give it more, it'll go on. It's like, no.
yeah,
So-
no, I had to stop that because, dude, if you do that too often, you'll literally burn the high pressure pump in seconds. Like seconds. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is. But back to the new guy, Pedro. What, like, you think he's gonna be here for a while, Pedro? Like, if you had to place a bet right now, or you would die, a gay man, what would you bet? How long?
Honestly, I do think he's gonna stay a while. I mean, I was the same way.
Uh-huh.
It's just, my supervisor was more of a jackass.
Wasn't it?
No, it was Jose. Jose fucking trained me. Oh yeah, Robert too. Yeah,
Robert too.
but yeah, it's a cool guy.
What do you think is gonna be the first tool he buys?
Oh, you know what? I was supposed to sell him a 1/2-inch gun.
No, that's me.
No.
Don't take that away from me.
He asked me first.
I offered him, hey man,
All right, hold on. How much are you selling yours to him for?
I got 4 guns.
Okay, how much? Just
My Mako,
how much would that be?
that's $40.
Oh, he beat you.
And then I got a Cornwall one that's an IR replica. I'm doing that one for 100.
okay, yeah, I was trying to sell my Snap-on for like 160.
Oh, that's
But
still a good deal.
No, they're all good deals. It's just so if you want to just hit up Roger, he can. You're in the area, or hit up Robert. But
Okay, no, I'll let you have it. He asked me, and I was like, oh, let me go see what I have. And I have I think I literally have 4 guns, dude.
let me check the inventory.
I literally.
But he doesn't have a DJ disc on it, so
Oh, no.
like the video I showed her.
That's a nice swap.
But what do you think he's gonna get? First tool. What's the first? What did you tell him? You are
No,
his trainer.
I told him first thing, get a flashlight.
Man.
That's true. The flashlight.
That was the first thing that I bought.
What is? This was so mad all day. Fucking guy. He's got $30 to pay for a haircut, but now.
Okay. I didn't tell him. I just told Alex. So I was like,
man, he could use that $30 for
Flashlight.
the flashlight to put up the first payment. It's like, I mean, yeah, that's kind of true, but whatever. Flashlight, yeah.
Well, I wrote him down a whole list. Right?
Nice.
I wrote him a long list, and I still need to add more, to be honest. But that's the most basic stuff you need.
Right.
And 90% of it's Harbor Freight or Amazon.
Yeah,
But let's see if he pulls through because he doesn't get paid till next week.
till next week.
mhm.
But we've told him because even Jesus told him to go to Harbor Freight, and then I told him, I was like, Jesus told you to go to Harbor Freight, right?
Even John did.
Oh, not that we were snooping.
He needs to listen to himself.
Not that we were snooping, but we were trying to find the control downstairs. So we're like, oh, him and JC are been watching soccer, so we're like, let's go through. we went through John's first box drawer and we're like, oh. And it was his Cornwell bill. It wasn't even his Snap-on bill. And we're like, that's a lot of fucking money, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, and was he only doing the minimum payments? Probably?
I didn't check that. I just saw the number and I was like, what are you buying? And then I opened the next drawer and it's just a drawer full of pliers and they're all clean. I'm like, you're not even using this. Well, that too, when he bought the 3/8 gun from you, I was like, why did you do that?
Yeah, that was pretty bad. But
I kind of took advantage of it, but
Didn't you trade it?
I traded it.
oh, what'd you get?
Okay, so homeboy had 2 stubby half inches, right? The Air Cat and the Snappy, right?
Yeah.
And I told John, hey, how much you want that that Air Cat? Because he got it warranted and got it brand new. And he's like, yeah, but I used my Snap-on one more. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, how much you want for that Air Cat? I was like, you know what? How about this? I was like, you don't have a 3/8 gun, right? And he's like, no. He was mind you, I think he's still borrowing mine. I let him borrow an old ass IR one. He still has it. Okay. I was like, hey, I have a Snap-on, brand new Snap-on 3/8 gun. He's like, you want to see it? And he was like, oh yeah. So I go show him. He's like, oh damn. And because I think he had the red one too, the half inch. I was like, look, you have the matching set. I was like, you want it or not? I was like, it's up to you. And he's like, oh, you know what? I do need it. I don't need 2 half inches. I was like, okay, fair trade then. I was like, it's a fair. I was like, this gun cost me like $350 brand new. I was like, there you go. And he was like, all right. And then next thing you know, he's bitching about that he didn't have it no more.
I think. Oh my bad. I think like a week later he was trying to sell it to everybody.
Yeah, he was. He's off 180. I was off. Like, don't need it. That's why I didn't get it.
No, and that's why I couldn't get rid of it. I couldn't sell it either. So I was like, and it was brand new. I'm telling you, with the condom on and everything.
Yeah,
like I couldn't sell it. So I was like, you know what, whatever. And
it's a protective thing that goes.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I know you don't know, but it's a protective casing and keeps stuff in. Anyways, yeah, but you too, buddy. You too, man. You better be careful.
Get on the mic. Get on
the mic, Pedro. We got to talk to you about that too, man. Listen, just because you say a prayer before, it's not gonna help you.
Don't be silly, wrap those lilies.
It's gonna teach you a lesson, dude. That's what's gonna happen. But no, even that, and I mean, I don't want to say you took advantage of him, but you took advantage of that deal, and you're not the only one who did too, because he bought. Remember, his
air hammer.
Yeah, the air hammer I traded, and then I bought the ball peen hammers.
Yeah,
for like that whole set is like probably worth like $500.
Yeah.
I paid like $200.
and you save that money, and you can't throw me a bone with those screwdrivers. A solid hundo.
Those screwdrivers. I have not touched those screwdrivers. Those great
ones.
Gray. I keep telling. I think I told Diego, like, oh, go tell Robert. He has screwdrivers too. Like, he signed up for like $100. Robert's all telling everybody 250. Like, so he's gonna go up to you. Oh, here's 100. I'm like, what the fuck? But no, that, and then you even bought his PS5 off of him too.
Oh, I stole his PS5 off him.
You really did. That was and then he bought another one, right?
Yeah. So supposedly he sold it because his girlfriend told him he plays too much, right? But then he comes and then he buys another one, right? But he was saying, oh, he wanted it in a raffle, dude. Like, how do you win a PS5 in a raffle?
Nah,
Yes.
He's not that lucky.
He's like, oh, and then the second prize winner was like Jordan 1s.
Yes.
To be fair, he does have some cool stuff. I like his wrench set. His box is cool. His box is a nice color. But other than that, I can't justify.
But that wrench set, he only uses like
3 wrenches. One day though, he's gonna be all excited. I got it. But anyways, not to dog him, but to dog him, whatever. That guy, yeah. When we were going through his box and it was a Cornwell bill, we were like, holy fuck, because we know he owes more on Snap-on. So we were like, holy shit. Well, I was thinking like, fuck, he owes this much on Cornwell, and he still has that Snap-on bill. And if that's just the credit and not even the truck, like, that's a lot of fucking money.
That's a lot of money in debt. Not even. Go ahead, Rob. Go ahead.
Remember when he's like, oh, he tried to apply for AutoZone?
Oh
yeah. He's like,
what did he say?
AutoZone didn't want me because I'm overqualified.
Oh,
That's what's up.
Oh, you hear about this?
It might have been that one day he was off.
He was like his rack or something.
Oh, what was
Yeah,
that?
'cause he
Because
was telling
not
Gene.
talking in the mic.
No, he told Gene though, right? He was in front. No, you were probably one of your moments where you're just sitting there all by yourself.
What are your moments?
To not be the night. No, yeah, it was during break because Gene heard about it and he was laughing. It's like, how is it you're overqualified? You know, but in his head, obviously, I could tell by Gene's look.
Wait, what's the story though?
Okay, this fool's over here been applying for a second job. Okay, and he was asking
buy the
me,
ring.
"Oh, where's your wife work? Like, I want to go get a second job."
I think I was there, but I wasn't paying attention.
Exactly. So listen, so he had asked me about that, and I was just like, "Oh, you know, she's over here if you want to go apply, but you know, whatever." Right? I ignored. I was like, "I doubt you'll get hired." I'll make sure not. It won't happen. But I guess he filled out. There was one AutoZone, I guess, and he filled it out, and they told him that apparently he was overqualified. But he told Gene and me this, and I was like, "Huh? How's that possible? You're just a parts guy." I don't know what if he was demanding more money, but it didn't make sense. I was like, "How is it that you're overqualified?" Right? So that's how we left.
They probably looked at his resume and saw like, oh, it looks good, and then they were like, oh, well, I don't know, are you sure? Do you want to be doing this? And then he was like, yeah, and then they just sort of like, nah.
Nah.
And then he
That's
took it
probably
as,
what
oh,
happened.
I'm overqualified.
Yeah, they probably dissed him because, oh, dude, you're over here doing heavy duty mechanics, like, or heavy duty alignments, whatever. Sorry, I said mechanics. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, they just need a title and like,
Yeah.
but they don't know the guy.
Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, that's what happened, and
'Cause-
he told us that story. And it was
Because, I mean, to be fair, David is a waiter. He had a second job. So it's like they could have, why didn't they use that excuse? Like, oh, you're overqualified to serve food. If they need someone to work there, they're going to get someone to work there.
I think it's just because it was the same field-ish, I guess
Maybe.
you could call it, because it's mechanics, and yeah, they're gonna say that. They're gonna, oh well, yeah, because it's like say you try to go a job from here and then go work at a grocery store. Of course, they're gonna give you the job because they're like, well, you're just trying to do groceries.
You're just trying to bag some shit. What?
10 cents a bag.
10 cents a bag. But I really wanted to know what Jesus thinks of the new guy.
Pedro, what's wrong?
Mike's right here, into the red dot. Go ahead, buddy. Dude, the thing is you don't hear the backlash. I do. We want to hear Pedro. Pedro has the great stories. How much for the OnlyFans? He should charge more. But you don't say anything. So it's like, come on, buddy.
No, the only thing I was gonna say, or for example, Roger being a nurse and then becoming a mechanic because nobody wanted him.
Yeah, they told me I was underqualified. Okay, I was underqualified. I'm like, oh.
Underqualified.
No, because remember I went to school, I internship, and apparently, like I said, nobody wants to hire you. They want you to do more. So I'm like, man, whatever. I need to pay my loans back.
Fuck this.
I have to pay my loans back. That's why I ended up here.
Did you finish paying your loans, or
Yeah,
oh, you did it?
yeah. I officially paid it.
Oh, okay.
I have my diploma and everything. I just
It's a certified nurse.
no,
You
I'm
know
not certified. No,
how many
no.
times I've gotten hurt, and you Pedro over here.
No, that was yeah.
Pedro almost lost an arm. Oh, let's talk about it. So here I am. I call these kingpins, and they've been called before already. It was that guy that.
Oh yeah,
I was like,
that's
"Oh, yeah, that too was funny. We told him, and he was like, "Yeah, I know." I'm like, no, that's not.
No, you don't
something-
know.
That's not something you're just cool about, dude. Like, so whatever, they were seized up. Pedro had to go hit him out. So, hey, buddy, come here and help me. And I walk over there. He's already mad. Oh, I hit myself. Oh, it's okay, buddy. Don't worry, little boy. You'll be okay. Swings again. He didn't take the inner fender off, and he kind of hit the fender. So the projection of it just goes sideways. Boom.
right on the
And
phone.
and I know it hurt. Like, I got scared. I was like, I'm just gonna walk away. I don't want. You okay, buddy? It's just he threw the hammer. I was like, all right, I'm gonna let him cool off. Like, I'm just gonna back up. But what happened, dude? Like, come on, man.
Well, I just missed.
And then today too, huh, you brought the 10-pound hammer, and you're all a little nervous.
Watch me.
He's like, come on,
watch me.
And you know what he does? He's all to hit the bushing out, right? And then he goes, misses.
Oh my God.
The spring, dude. And I was like, fucking Pedro. He starts laughing. I go, hey, buddy, I love you. You're a good guy and everything. I say this with respect. You look like an idiot, dude. You gotta hit it. The head of the hammer is like this big. Like,
You're pulling our supervisor, huh?
yeah, lining it up and what the? Who moved it? Who moved it?
He's like, wow, that moved. That spring moved so fast.
Why is the spring moving? The trauma's real, dude. What? And then he's like, wrap me up. The next day, that too. I did it tight because I was like,
Whoa.
because his wrist. Oh, I wrapped it for him.
He wrapped it for him.
I did it. I did do it tight though. I like his hand was all swollen. He's like, "Is it normal?" I was like, "It'll get loose, dude. Once you start moving." Pedro didn't move that arm all day, so it didn't get loose.
Well, that's good though, because that keeps the sprain together.
Oh, you see?
No, not really, because
Nurse.
Yeah.
nurse.
See?
No,
Well,
really.
not really, because when I took off my glove, I looked at my hand. It was all fat on top. Giving the bottle like, "Hey man, it's supposed to look like that." Oh yeah,
You're good, dude. You're good.
You're right. Okay, if it was too tight.
Just let the blood flow back. Let the feeling come back, and you'll be all right, dude.
why is it purple?
Yeah, there you go. Start.
Oh yeah, remember that joke?
So,
What was the joke about?
so we're
The ice cream.
the ice cream.
Oh,
So yeah,
he was talking about he was trying to get that we were trying to figure out what ice cream it was called, and he was like, "Yeah, you know,
Oh,
the
he
ice cream
wasn't
that-
here.
no, it wasn't.
Oh,
You were just here for the aftermath. The it was that Friday you were out. Marty brought ice cream, and then remember the Monday you were like, oh,
Yeah,
there's
there's ice cream.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what it was. We're all talking about ice cream. Like, oh yeah, this ice cream's good. And I was like, and then you guys were saying that one Mexican ice cream.
rompompe.
Yeah, Rompope.
It's in-
He was trying to figure
So-
that one out, right?
Yeah,
And so
the bully.
Bully.
no,
Yeah.
do it right, Pedro.
No,
Well,
but Pedro, yeah, see, okay, that's who. I was looking around and I was like, yeah, it's the one you eat like this, the one you eat like this, and this is all, what the fuck? I'm like, yeah, you grab it and they're, like this, you eat it, but obviously this like this, right? You're like, but Pedro's like, because he said rompope and Roger too, or I don't know who. They were like, what the fuck is that?
yeah,
And
I was saying, yeah, I didn't know what
Like,
that,
what
heck
is
that
it?
was. No,
so it's like it's that. That's what it is. The
it's like,
flavor.
It's like a
just
bowl,
different
but with
different brand
different
name.
mixtures of fruit in it or whatever it is, right,
Yeah.
Pedro? Confirm with me. Yeah.
Apparently,
Apparently.
Okay. So, but he was trying to figure out how to say it,
Oh.
and we're like, oh, Dippin' Dots.
Yeah, we're saying
Dippin'
stupid
Dots.
shit.
But he was doing this.
It's like it's that one like
Yeah.
it's that
What are you doing, dude? Are you cradling your nuts?
and then that's what it's like. You don't eat it like that. Well, you gotta hunker down and grip that son bitch. You gotta grip that. You gotta get that hot tub real quick. The hot tub. But yeah, we're like Pedro, and he's like, oh, I was just trying to figure out what it was, but he was like this. It's that ice cream, dude.
Good minute. I was just like, I don't know how to explain this, man.
And then that one.
That one.
Shut up, Pedro. But yeah, I don't know where
I don't know where that came from. It was
his
funny.
mind went for that. But
Our break conversations are the best. They're fun.
yeah, they get
Lunch and break. They're
canceled. They're kind of like this, but worse, more gay and sexual and explicit.
funny. Please don't cancel us.
Yeah, no one listens. It's all right. It's just gonna be like your brother, your girl,
I'll pass it
your
around.
girl,
to
or
the close
your
ones.
sister. Roger on the way home, and like my brother, 'cause he's not here today.
Oh,
But, dude, anyways, we keep
we're off topic.
yeah, we keep jumping over the fact that
So
we
off
want to
topic.
know what Jesus thinks of the new guy, because Jesus
Oh
has
yeah.
been
'Cause
working.
You're gonna. By the way, Gene's gonna ask you on Monday for sure.
What?
What do you think about him?
Because
I'm already gonna tell him. What am I gonna tell him? Well, I was already upset about the whole bad bearing thing. That was one. But that was thankfully
we'll talk about it.
we saved the day on that one. The guy was still furious after he left, but still. But other than that, I feel like he's doing okay, right? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a no.
That's a no. Okay.
Well,
go ahead. Explain yourself.
Okay. He kind of like What is that?
The wheels are turning.
Well, he gets like the concept of it. Like I feel like he knows what to do, but he's just like at that age where he's like,
he's not sure yet.
I don't want to say he's lazy, but he kind of like slacks. So he'll like,
Well, I've been catching him on his phone a lot.
yeah, me
I
too.
don't know why is he copying one of you? I don't know because he's copying somebody.
Huh?
I'm
Well,
just saying.
even then, because like he'll be
No,
like, oh, can I borrow this, or can I, or where's this at, or, and I'll be like, okay, come on, like, because my toolbox isn't there, obviously, so, and like I'll be like, oh, okay, come on, like I'll go give it to you, and like I'll start walking, and like he'll like just like
Yeah.
like effing like just,
Like,
but like he's like I don't know, like I don't know, like I don't see him like motivated in a
I
way.
feel like
Well, he sees John every day in the chair next to him. So
And I told him, I was like, dude, these two rags fucking lazy motherfuckers. I told him I was on, I think Tuesday or
I think
Wednesday.
it was Tuesday.
John was like, hey, can you help me? And he told that to the kid. Yeah, and I was like, hey, this guy, you're gonna help him, but whenever you need help, he's not gonna fucking help you. And I was like 3:30, it hits 3:30, and that was out.
oh, he's checked out.
Yeah.
Him and JC check out.
That's what I'm saying. I told him straight up. I was like, these guys are fucking lazy. I was like, but I mean, if that's the way he wants to go, I mean,
Well, because he was working on a truck too, and it had factory shims. They were both going the same way. And I told him like, oh, just do this, blah blah blah, right? And then he was doing it, and then John came,
and
told him something, and he started changing it up. But John, I just told him to take out one of the factory shims or something. It'd be fine. I forget the whole situation, but John told him just stack a shim on it. You'll be cool. So he did it, and then I think Jesus or the numbers came out wrong, and I don't know.
no, but I had told him the same thing as you.
Right?
But John was over here fucking trying to tell him a whole different story, and I already told John, I was like, dude, like,
You don't do that.
fucking.
Just don't listen to that
You don't
guy.
double
Yeah.
stack
But-
shit.
And I already told him too, like, don't listen to John. I was like,
Yeah.
if you have a question, ask Alex, or come grab me, or Roger, or
Yeah.
Gene.
And then it wasn't even like to toot my own horn. It was just like it confused him the most
It
after
did,
that. Like
yeah.
he was like, oh, because he ended up like he was just looking. I caught him just looking at like
Looking at what
like what do I do? What do I do? Who do I listen to? And then
Yeah.
Jesus came and told him. But yeah, it took him like another like 20 minutes of him just
Yeah, see, that's the
processing.
whole reason I don't want to change teachers at this point
Yeah.
because I'm like, it's gonna throw them off so bad. And unfortunately, like the way Jesus was taught is one way. I know I did it, but only for a short period of time, and I'm sorry for that. But I'm happy he picked it up though really quick. So
Yeah.
I'm like, that's why I was like, no, this guy's good. We got it. But that's why I was like, okay, well, he's gonna be fine with Jesus, And I feel like Alex is doing the same thing. So I was like, okay, but for some reason, those two, I know JC has the experience on been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
So when it comes to camera adjustment, that's the guy. Trust me, he knows. But with the production, horrible, absolutely horrible.
Steady Eddie.
There you go. That's the
And
name I give those.
Well, that too. There was a couple of days where I think Jesus was gone, or like he would be welding, and the boss would tell you, "Oh, go on the rack," and then you would be like, "What are they doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, dude, it's 3. It's 2:30. Like they're not gonna do anything." You were kind of like, "Haha, yeah, cool." And then it would hit 3, and nothing changed, and he's all, "Oh, dude, what the fuck?" Rob got mad that day. I remember Rob was like, "Dude, what the
Yeah.
fuck is wrong with them?" Yeah, they didn't do shit.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, because he brings up a truck
Yeah.
and then he goes to the restroom for like 40 minutes, dude. I swear, 40 minutes, and then he goes back down, sits in his chair for like another 30 minutes, and then
Yeah.
3 o'clock, and then he rushes to do alignment,
So,
and then he's out.
yeah. But I was like, okay, I'm glad it's not just me and Jesus saying it now. I was like, there's a third party that came in,
No,
thought we
it's
were
been-
joking, and then he was like, nah, this is some bull. Rob was pissed.
Oh, remember that one day when I was like, "Hey, John, finish his alignment because you gotta
Yeah.
finish it."
Yeah.
He's like, "Ha ha ha ha," and they just walked. I never saw and walked away. I was
Walked
like,
away.
"Dude, like I'm
Yeah.
busy."
Well, that one day when fucking John was mad as fuck,
Remember that day?
it was like last week, wasn't it?
Lately, we've been getting back at them, Roger. I don't know if you noticed,
Oh.
but that day too, remember? I was like, fuck, dude, JC's in the fucking restroom. So I went to go grab a truck that we did work on, and I think you did it. And I was joking with you. I was like, oh, I put it on your rack. And you're like, if you want. And I was like, nah, I got it. And then I told you, I was like, fucking JC's in the restroom. He's all, fuck that. go bring his truck down, and then we'll bring this one up.
No,
So
I
I brought,
yeah.
I brought the truck down, and I pulled it up, and I just walked away. I just heard JC, no way. And she just started.
He started getting mad at me. I was like, fool, chill out, fool. Like, fucking,
You
what?
didn't
No,
start it?
well, no, Gene put that truck up just to raise up the caster. And he left it up there for like a cool shit, you know, like 30 minutes.
After he did the shit.
After he did that. So I told this one, like, fuck that. I was like, take it down. I put the other one up. And he got fucking furious, dude. I was like, that shit got me mad.
But what happened with John again? I forgot.
Oh, so I took down the truck, right? And well, Roger was like, oh, when you get a chance, like, show him how to drive outside. And there was only one more truck. And John on purpose, he left the fucking, it was like one of those long studio homes. The studio homes,
like the big Mayflowers, like
yeah,
one
like
of
those.
Oh,
Yeah,
that one that took him like 3 hours to
yeah,
do.
the one that you told me to help him on.
Oh yeah, because he had the stupid fenders.
Yeah, so I helped him. Mind you, I helped him, and then he still fucking left it up there. And I want to go show Diego to how to drive the trucks, and that's a different story too. But I was showing him, and we come back, and he's like, "Hey, you're not gonna put up that truck?" I was like, "Fuck no!" I was like, "You're the one that called it. You do it." I was like, "I'm fucking tired of you fucking doing that shit on me." And he was like, "Oh," he got all mad, and like he was like mad the rest of the day. Like that's when he was like walking around like all mad and shit. I was like, "Fuck you! You guys do that shit to us all the fucking time, dude." I was like,
But what's so? That's what I don't get. Like I don't understand those. And everybody on that point, it's like, dude, if the truck's there, just handle it. That's all you guys have to do.
Yeah.
But they like nitpicking.
Yeah.
It's very annoying because I'm like, because mind you, this new kid, his cousin was the same exact way. Same way. This is how we finally got rid of him because he was nitpicking and only literally only getting front end alignments. He would time you guys to the dot, dude.
That'd be nice.
He would time me to the dot, and Robert can prove me right. He would time everybody to the dot. Oh, he's pulling that truck. Okay, if he pulls that, I got about 35 minutes. Oh, then I'll grab this truck. Boom. And he got it every time because he knew the fucking system. It was horrible, dude. So I got fed up with it. One time he left the truck on the rack for almost 2 hours, dude.
Who would?
2 hours. And what I
It was a
called,
slow day.
no, and then the only way I got proof was because I was able to print out the alignment. From the moment you start the alignment,
yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
can see when you start the alignment and when you finally print it. He was on that truck for almost 2 hours. Showed Gene, I was like, look at this crap. And he was just like, oh no, that's it. And I was like, yep, there you go. I have proof of it.
That's why I printed out fast.
I'm just saying, that's the only way I caught him.
it's like this kid. Well,
Now we got
he's new.
cameras.
He's new though, but
Yeah. We have a little bit of
cameras now.
leeway with him. We have obviously.
Well, he took.
It might even take him a month, to be honest. I've seen fools take almost a month to learn it.
Well, he
Okay.
took like
Been here 2 years.
like 4 hours for one alignment.
Wow. No,
Yeah.
I've been here. 2
That's why I
years.
was like,
no, that's bad.
we
well,
have.
he did tie rod ends, but
That's still no more. than
that's what I'm
3.
saying. Like I'm like,
No more than 3.
and right now I was like,
While we were rushing.
I was like, hey, like I tried showing him like, come on, like I did it, but I was like, come on, hey, give me this, give me that, go
Yeah.
do that, do like, and like he started like moving faster and shit. But like when he does it by himself, he's like all slow, like.
Oh, oh crap!
Or like in the beginning when he first started, like he wanted me to tell him what to do next, even though he knew what to do. Oh, the air
That's-
check, the air check,
Oh,
the air check. So
I wasn't there when it happened, but he told me. Jesus has a quick release on his hose, and that he just thought, I'll just put air in it.
well, supposedly he had 3 years in auto tech class in high school, so I was like, he knows how to put.
No, I took those classes. They don't teach you that. Fool.
Okay, but when you go to the gas station, like like
You would
how-
hope so.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
So
Right.
I was like, okay, 3 years. I was like, that's not bad. And then so I tell him, I give him the air check, the air gauge, and the air hose. I was like, hey, put air in those tires. And like I look away for 1 second, and I just hear. I'm like,
Yeah, I think the whole shop heard that.
I was like, fuck. I was like, what are you doing, dude? And he's like, putting air in the tire. I'm like, bro, the fucking the air check.
Connect it.
Come on,
Connect it.
connect it. And yeah, he fucked up like quick.
And then when it came, was it this week? We were talking about it, And he's no, when we're on Snapchat.
Oh.
And we're like, yeah, because Jesus was asking if he could warranty it, and he was like, oh yeah, but before that, we were asking Diego like, man, I wonder who did that. Like, I don't know, like it was you, and then something like that, and then he goes, I didn't break it, I was just there when it broke. It's like, you know what, man? So that was a good one. I just happened to be there, and it broke in my hand.
Nice.
I don't. I think he'll be all right. It does seem like that though. Like his motivation, and once Jesus told me like, look, he was not gonna do the next step until he comes and gets me, and it was like simple stuff. Like he had finished. He would finish doing the write up, and it was like, okay, like let's do the caster sweep and all that, and he would wait for Jesus. Like, hey, what do I do now? And Jesus being Jesus, well, put the heads on. Do this. But yeah, it's
or like to this day he'll still ask me. He'll be like, oh, like he'll give me the report. Hey, does it like, do I go turn it in? And I'm looking at him like, dude, like you're still missing the air pressure, the DOT, what you did, a toe set, the shim that you put on. Like you look at it yourself, dude. Like look at where you're missing or whatever. Like I don't need to tell you. I don't need.
He's verifying with you. I understand that, but
like it's like
more than one.
Yeah, it's like every time it's always the fucking the air pressure and the DOT or like the toe set or like
that he did
a toe set or like the shim that he put, and it's always the same thing. I'm like dude, like look at it yourself. What are you missing? Oh, the air pressure. Well, then get the air pressure. Like, oh, the DOT, get the DOT.
Well,
like
okay, see that's to make a dummy sheet.
It's like
I know. I'm telling you, bro.
It's already a dummy list. It's there.
I know, but I feel like that's what he needs to reassure himself. But like I said,
well, it's like
you're teaching him hard old school. I trust me. That's the best teaching.
I told him I was like, I don't care that you ask me questions. Like ask me questions because I want you to like understand what it is. But it's like, come on, like a sheet. Like like okay, like you got to fill out everything.
Yeah.
So it's like,
come on,
but it's like okay, if like he thinks something's wrong, then that's where like okay, like that's more understanding. Like
which was what happened this with the bearing and all that.
Oh yeah, so you want to hear that story?
Oh, miscommunication about when the bearings, when he said he
told me bad bearings, but it was just an adjustment. Yeah. So he came at me because, mind you, I don't know what.
I forgot what I was doing that day, but
we were working on
the truck.
Which one?
You got bored.
Oh yeah, I was working on that truck, and I told him I want to go, and I was it needs a bearing adjustment. Go tell the girls, and he told the girls, and then I guess they told him to tell you, but I wasn't there when that happened.
You weren't there.
So
he came up. On this.
Yeah, and he was like, I guess he told you that.
He told me bad bearings.
Bad bearings, but
and mind you, remember, was it you or who was I with when I was showing him about how to tell when they're trash bearings? Who was there? It was one of the linemen guys.
I think it was me.
You were there, right?
I'm obviously always there.
Yeah, good. No, I was showing them like, hey, if you pop the caps off, you look at the magnet. If you see glitter, like chunks.
Yeah, and that's what I told him too. Yeah. So, or put your finger in there.
Yeah, exactly. This was the day before, or 2 days before. I was like, okay. So I had confidence in him because he came at me. Oh, they're bad. I was like, oh, cool. So he learned what I taught him about the bad bearings. So that's why I tell the girls, okay, we can do the work. I'm too busy. We can't do the bearings.
And that's what I found weird too, because he came up to me after. He was like, oh, he told me to take down the truck. I was like.
We all had red flags too, because I was kind of like
so many.
There's some. He told me that
because I heard when you told, okay, yeah, it's a bearing adjustment or something. So I was like, okay, and it was a red flag, and I was like, that's not right. And I was like, okay, maybe they try to call the guy, and
he
then
didn't answer. That's what I thought too.
He did not.
We do that with the tie ends, the tie rod ends, with the tie rod ends as well. Yeah, drink more Royal Crown, which is a future sponsor.
Oh, no.
So refreshing. Thank you to our future sponsor, Real Crack Cola. But yeah, we were talking about it after.
Everybody had red flags.
Yeah,
I had the red flag from the moment he told me that, and I'm like, wow, nobody ever catches bad bearings
until you take them off, or
take them off.
Like, man, this guy's good.
Yeah, this guy's good. And I praised him. I regret it now because Bro,
I take it back.
I take it back because he was like, "Oh yeah, you checked the oil," and I was like, he was like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Okay, cool, yeah, hey, you did a good job, you found something." Yeah, no, I fucking regretted that so much because that guy was so pissed. I had to call him up. Hey, tell your driver to bring that truck back. I'll do the alignment as soon as it gets back. And the guy was like, "Oh yeah, thank you." Mind you, it came back and still had bearing play.
Mm-hmm.
And
What?
I was just,
My bad.
no, yeah. So the truck came back. You guys told me it's here. I was like, okay, well now shoot it. And he was like, okay. And then you came at me and told me it still had bearing play.
Well, wasn't the story that he went to a different mechanic and they
Oh
told
yeah,
him that
they went to a different mechanic, by the way, and they told him the bearings were fine, and they did a whole wheel seal on it because they took
it
whole,
out.
I'm like, why would you take it off? We're checking bearing play, not saying that there were, but mind you, he left thinking the bearing was bad because I told him.
The bearing was bad
'Cause-
because
But
Because-
even if you do a wheel seal, don't you have to adjust the bearings?
Exactly, but these idiots left the cone in it. I mean, it's not idiots. Technically, you're supposed to change. Sorry, Matt. But we can prolong it by taking the cone out and keep going, right? That's what we've all been taught. But if you know how to adjust it, obviously we get away with it. But say it, Pedro.
people want to know.
Not anymore.
Not
What?
even-
Not anymore.
Oh, not anymore. Not anymore. Yes, the bearing, the cone is literally the cone of the shape because you can over tighten it and it won't mess up the bearings. But these guys were obviously doing it to the T.
Mm.
Yes, he should have taken them out. But whatever. And yeah, he had to redo the bearing adjustment
Yeah.
after these fools already did the
After-
wheel seal. Yeah. So I gave everything was free. I said, hey, everything's on
Don't
us.
worry about it.
We did horrible communication. Just pay for the alignment. That's it. So they were happy, but the dude was going off and off at me in the office, like, why isn't there a senior technician with him when he called that bad? And in my head,
Jesus
I'm
walks
like,
by the office. Nah, I'll tell you after.
and in my head, I
Never
told
mind.
him, I was like, look, I was like, yes, I understand. I was like, it just came out wrong. We took it that way. I was
Yeah.
like, but I deeply apologize.
Well,
And that's
'cause-
what I kept saying.
my bad.
No.
But on the paperwork that they gave him, it obviously said needs bearing adjustment, right?
Exactly. But he physically said bad, so I took his word for it. And I highly regretted it after that. So yeah, that's why the guy was mad. I told him, look, everything we're doing all this, it's fine. Just pay for the alignment. Don't come back. But everything's taken care of. We're all fine. So
But yeah, it was funny
that's how that went.
because then you came too from across the shop. Hey, what'd you? What is this? Like, what's going on?
I was like, oh shit!
Yeah.
I was like,
it wasn't me.
No, I was just getting verified with him because that's the guy showing him.
Yeah.
So I was like, "What happened?" And he was just, "Well, no, it just needed adjustment." I'm like, "That's not what this kid told me." And he's like, "I thought that's what he told you." I was like, same thing. I messed up. I should have read the paper.
We all should have just checked. Once that, yeah, because I'm telling you, he did it. I heard him, and then he brings it down, and I was just like,
Why didn't you adjust it?
"What? Okay,
No,
right? That's
Yeah.
that was weird
yeah."
to me
But
too.
we're like,
But-
okay, well,
but I messed up. I should have read his paperwork. But
No, but-
he told me.
yeah, well, no,
so
because
adamant.
same thing. It was like he went to go talk to you, so I was like, okay, well then something happened where they're just like, you know what, just take it down, and
Yeah,
this
we'll
and that.
figure it out later.
It's crazy that.
But I think it was last week. I don't know. Probably wrong issues. But didn't the guy shoot the alignment on bad bushings and you flew him out for that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like I gave him the confidence. Well, I gave him the benefit of the doubt that
Sorry, let me get my perspective, and then you break down the whole thing. All right. So there I am. It's towards the end of the day. Jesus was already like, it was one of those like, dude, he's taking too long because it was the front and rear. Damn, this guy's been on it for an hour. I've been on it for 2. I was like, oh damn, that's crazy. So I'm finishing my truck. End of the day, he's like, all right, I got it. This is again time. Okay, well, go turn in the paperwork. He goes to turn in the paperwork. I'm like, man, good for him. Good for him. He's finishing off strong. Jesus gets in the chair, gets under. Fucking kid. And I'm like, oh no, oh no. I'm all fuck. He probably left something loose. And I'm like, I've been there. So I'm like, don't worry, you got it. At least we caught it. You know, it's
Yeah.
not on the road. I'm like, what happened? Fucking bushings are bad. I was like, oh my God. And yeah, and then
he did a 3-axle.
And you did a 3-axle?
Yeah,
to be fair, he saved me a lot of time the next day. Because then I got that truck from Robert. I think Robert did it. And I just put it up. I shot it again. And I was like, oh, it's all fine.
the good thing is got the work done.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
But,
but
That would have sucked if it left and then came back. And I still hear popping noises.
yeah, what's going on? Who made same thing? Why isn't there a senior mechanic with them?
What? Yeah, that guy was bad. I was just like, dude, I apologize.
It's just funny. Go turn the paperwork in. Fucking Diego, dude. I knew it. I knew it.
I had faith in you.
I had faith in you, buddy. Jesus was just being a dick. And fucking kid. Ah, well, there. Never mind.
Prove me wrong.
Prove, yeah. Jesus. But yeah, there's that.
It's his second week, or
This is the second
Second.
week. Second week.
I think the longest is gonna be it's a month. I think it's about dude. I'm telling you, it's taken some dudes like about a month to finally figure it out. But I think he's getting there somewhere. So hopefully,
Well, when was
Yeah,
our last
keep
meeting about me? What was that, like last year? I've been here 2 years.
yeah. Congrats, congrats,
Still going
congrats.
strong, baby.
Oh, remember that time last week? First thing I gave him was orange marker. I was like, mark everything.
Yeah.
Literally mark everything. And I always go down there and make sure he tightened everything or whatnot. I tell Alex, I'm like, fucking guy left the fucking cross tube loose. He's like, he's turning in the paperwork and everything. Comes back, yeah, can you take it down? I'm like, did you check everything? He's like, yeah. I'm like, you sure? He's like,
Hold on.
let me check. And he's like, this is loose. I was like, yeah, you left it loose. I was like,
Like that. You did the toe set. See, that's what I learned. If someone says, "Hey, did you check this?"
You bet.
I'm gonna go check it. I'm gonna go check it. I'm not gonna question.
that would have been a bad day.
You see,
No, it's happened. It's absolutely happened.
Yeah.
so many times. But it goes back to what Roger says. You got to write this down. You guys made fun of me. There's little notes on my on my rack. It says, "Don't forget to tighten the cross tube." And guess what? I tightened that bitch down. Now,
King.
Short King. I think
Well, I do that for everybody. It's funny. It doesn't matter whose it is. I always put that big piece of paper. and
Oh yeah, I had it down there for a while too, and then it
I
got
do it for
mangled.
everybody. If I ever get to do tie rod ends, which I never get to,
Which is a good note.
but it's a fun. I just do
But it all goes back to who trained you. That's always what it is. And
it. Look at him side-eyeing.
no, but you see, he's learning a lot.
No, he is.
Clearly, I didn't learn much from the guy who trained me.
In my defense, the one that traded me too didn't treat you that well.
what an asshole.
That guy sucks. But no, I think he'll be all right. Hopefully,
Well, hopefully he starts buying tools.
yeah, I think that's where it's got to start.
I don't know if it was Tuesday or Wednesday. No, I think it was Wednesday when we're on the tool truck. He was like, "You know what? Next Friday when he gets the paycheck, I'm gonna take all my tools back." I'm like, at least give him something. He's like, "No, he probably gets a check. Go buy some tools." So
You gave him your little husky light too, huh? Here,
Well, yeah. Well, that was because he was it was Friday. Friday when literally
Okay. No,
Friday.
by the way, we're supposed to give him that little red toolbox.
Yeah, Alex has all his shit on
Okay,
there.
I'll tell him on Monday. Supposed to give that to him. That's
But-
what Gene told me to tell him, to give him that toolbox. But yeah, he just has his crap in it, but it's not his. I know it's not. But he needs to do it. What's up, Pedro? Tell me.
I was saying, I mean, we got a great Macro box over
No,
there
we
that nobody's seen.
no, we have a nicer Snap-on box.
Blue point.
Blue Point. There you go. Use
Wait,
that one.
Gary's? Well, that's supposed to be for Gary, and then Gary does have that other one.
Yeah.
Is that what you were talking about? The black one? Yeah. Well, yeah, that blue one's never supposed to move from where it's at, but instead he has that stupid Harbor Freight cart instead. I don't know why.
And then you bought the Blue Point.
Yeah, and then he bought the other blue point. But yeah, long story short, he's supposed to use that Craftsman one for the meantime.
It's packed with.
Yeah, he started
Cheap.
there.
We all started.
Did you start there too? You did, huh? No, you did?
You used it too?
He used
Did you
it.
use it? Oh,
Nah,
No, he brought his own.
no. I'm professional.
Wow.
you
Back to the
started
story.
Also, huh?
No, not that one.
No?
No, I bought that Harbor Freight cart
See,
for a little bit.
see, started the same, exactly like Roger.
It's your own tool.
Nowhere to go but up.
Oh, it was,
My stepstool? This guy does it to himself though.
You gotta make fun of yourself.
The other day, he was doing a bearing adjustment, and it was him in front of the tire, and it was me standing next to him, and Alex was over there trying to see, so he fucking gets on John's back.
Diego was doing the bearing adjustment, and well, I think anyways, and I was like acting like I was looking to see what he was doing, so I'm like standing on John's rack, Oh, like, what's going on?
But back to the flashlight.
Oh yeah.
So Friday, he's like, we get back from lunch, and Cornwall had already came. He was asking for prices, whatnot, this and that, and then he's like, "Hey, do you have your flashlight?" I was like, "Oh, you didn't get one from Cornwall?" And like he gives me like a bitchy attitude, like no, and I'm literally giving it to him while he's answering me, and like he fucking snatches it. I'm like, "Oh, fuck this guy!" I'm like, fuck.
no.
So, well, he literally no, like that. I was like, he gave me like a bitchy attitude, and he's like, "No," and he like snatches it from me. I was like, "What the fuck? You're there, huh?" And I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Well, we all joke around though, cause like, hey, like Pedro, you have this," and he's like, "Snap-on comes on Thursday." Like, we all fuck around like that. So I was like, "Oh, like, let me fuck around with this kid." Nah,
He doesn't get it yet.
and I fucking so I was like, "Fuck this." And I gave him my little husky, like,
Which is nothing. He turns it on and it's like, hey, turn it on. It's on.
Good one.
It's on. It's on.
No, yeah, you guys gotta wait till he gets paid.
No, yeah.
yeah. But I was like,
That was bitch. That was a bitch move.
I was like, and he snatched it out of my hand. I was like, fuck that. I was like,
They're watching. Oh, good heavens.
I could have gave him that light since the beginning, but I was being generous and letting him borrow mine. I was like,
I was all hyping it up. No, he didn't. You better get him, Jesus. You better get him. Oh, I thought you were gonna say something. You looked at me. Pedro, people want to hear you talk. Do we got to get some drinks in you? Get that confidence. No, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, he hasn't. I don't think he annoys anybody. It doesn't annoy me. So
no.
I was just wondering because
you know, there's.
I was just upset about the whole bad thing, but I know that was bad communication, so I can't blame. I can't. I was just mad about that. I was like, whatever.
It'll be all right.
We'll figure it out.
Nothing will happen.
Together as a family.
Yeah.
So what was the whole topic about?
What?
This session.
The new kid?
The new kid? Oh, okay.
What'll
And
be,
John.
it'll be, yeah, we'll title it that. Fun with new kid and John. There it is. Parentheses, Pedro says nothing. Parentheses, check out his OnlyFans. You should make just a profile. Just see how it goes. We'll put it in the podcast description. See how many clicks you get, dude. You know, just
Oh, that'll be funny.
just have a picture like in front of your Camaro. Help me.
Help me pay for it.
Help me pay for it.
Sponsor me page.
Yeah, for real. But where are we at? A solid hour. Everybody good? Everybody good? Any other last minute words? Pedro? Rob?
Shout out to Roger for the hot dogs.
Oh yeah.
No problem, guys.
Can I say you guys are idiots? What?
Why?
Them two.
Why?
Them two. Hey, anybody want more? Nah, we're good. I'll take a half. All right, cool. Hey, anybody want another half? You guys could have you guys ate like 2 hot dogs in halves. I just kept asking.
They didn't want to feel punished.
Yeah, so you guys are fine, dude. Come on, man. I know you want it. No, I know. I'm good. All right, I'll take half.
That was random as hell. I was like,
I didn't want the whole thing, so I want half.
And then
I
you
want
ate another half.
say no chicken nugget.
Yeah, for real. But that came in clutch. Hopefully, I mean, I can't wait for next Friday.
No, that was
Tacos.
out of my. I was just talking.
The Blackstone talking.
That was just Blackstone.
The Blackstone confidence. You know, he started on break yet everything out.
Yeah.
Tells JC, ándale, ¿dónde? What did you say?
Trae los huevos.
We'll do it right here. He's just so fucking idiot. Yeah, the Blackstone came in clutch today. Roger came in clutch today.
Pretty proud. I'm happy you guys all ate it.
Yeah, for real.
I was really scared. I was like, man, these guys better eat it because
I got kinda sad, and I saw 2 hot dogs in the trash. Like, damn, I could eat those too.
yeah, they weren't halves, Robert.
They were.
No,
One of them was on the floor, wasn't it?
one hit. That one was in the trash.
Oh, okay.
No, but then Efren came up and just ate. He ate one weenie all by itself. Like he just didn't want the bread. I was like, okay. So those last 2, I was just like, whatever. Sorry.
Smacked on them.
I was just trying to clean up, man. I
Another
didn't want to leave the evidence.
You should have went around with a plate, have it cut in like threes. Anybody? You guys good? You guys good? Yeah.
50 cents.
50 cents? Anybody?
That's funny.
But no, thank you, Roger. Thank you
Oh, no,
guys
no
for
problem.
staying late. I think we're done. That's an hour. Everybody's got families.
Yeah,
Shit
we
to
all
go
gotta
back
get
home
back
to.
to it. I'm about to hit up Chick-fil-A right now.
Use a,
You
di-
already do it.
use a different name. Use a different name, dude.
Oh, sorry, we're about to get the that fried chicken.
No, not Chick-fil-A. You personally, when you make your order, use a different name.
Oh, you guys-
another kid.
We'll talk about that story later. But yeah, I don't know why there's so many Rogers. Apparently, what the
It's they all love Chick-fil-A chicken tenders. But thank you guys,
Yeah.
appreciate it. Follow us at the Heights Garage. Listen to this podcast. We'll put a poll up. Do you think Pedro should be on the podcast more? So that we'll see what the percentage is. So we'll see what the water's like. If they don't like you, I can't do anything about it, Pedro.
And always remember, guys.
And we also love our jobs. Thank you guys.
Always.
Catch you on the next one. As always, keep it Boyle Heights built.
Oh.